Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable Poofy summer deco mesh wreath. What you will need, I have a 16-inch wreath ring that already has the stems attached, but you can also make this wreath with a plain wreath ring and attach your own stems. Check the description box down below for videos showing you how to do so. An adorable sign for the center. Deco mesh, so I have 21-inch deco mesh as well as 6-inch deco mesh. You can even use 10-inch deco mesh if you prefer. Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is raise all of my stems. I feel like it just helps the wreath making process go a lot faster when the stems are ready to go. So I'm going to start with my 21-inch mesh. I'm going to fold it to a nice little point and start on my outer ring. Place my mesh and twist it a couple of times. Now the size of the poof, that is completely up to you. You can make it as poofy and as large as you like for it to be. You can even measure each poof if you choose to do so. But I just kind of estimate and I make a pretty decent sized poof. And then I place my mesh in the next outer stem and twist it a couple of times. And I'm just going to repeat this step all the way around my outer ring. Once I complete the outer ring, I'm going to repeat the same steps on the inner ring. Alright, so I have all of the mesh in place. And sometimes I do double layer, but this time I just went with one layer because I used a 21-inch mesh. If I were using 10-inch or 6-inch mesh for my base, then I would probably double layer it just to make it fluffier and poofier. So I've cut my 6-inch mesh into 8-inch long pieces. And now I'm just going to roll them together at a diagonal or a curl, whatever you prefer, and place them on my bundles. I'm going to start with the inner ring and then move on to the outer ring. So I'm just going to roll it at a diagonal, crisscrossing all of my colors. Just like that. Scrunch it. Find my stem. Place my mesh. Twist it a couple of times. And then tuck it away. Then you can kind of flare out and adjust the mesh as you need to. And I like to alternate the color order so that all colors get an opportunity to be visible and it's not just one color that you see. I feel like it just meshes well with the wreath that way. And you can add more mesh if you choose, less mesh, some other type of embellishment, whatever you prefer. And then once I twist, I'm tucking away my stem because I'm not going to add any more mesh. If I were to add more mesh or something else that needs the stem, I wouldn't tuck it away until I was completely done. So cute and precious. Alright, I'm going to get the inner ring done and show you what it's looking like. Alright, so I have placed mesh all along my inner ring. It looks so cute and precious and poofy. I think it's just adorable. Adjust and maneuver as necessary. So cute and precious. Now I'm going to add mesh to the outer ring. Alright, so I have all of my mesh in place. It's so cute and precious. It's super poofy and I think it just looks so adorable. You can add any embellishments throughout the wreath, or like I'm going to do, add an adorable sign to the center just to give it an extra little touch. But again, this looks so precious and adorable by itself. So whatever you prefer. So just going to flip the sign over, cut off the top hanger, take 2 stems, twist them together to form one long stem for the top and one for the bottom. And then we're just going to hot glue it in place. I'm just going to snugly place my sign in the center of my wreath. And then I'm going to push the mesh aside and attach my stem to the actual wreath ring and twist it a couple of times just to make sure it's nice and secure. And I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. Alright, once I have all of my stems in place, I'm just adjusting and maneuvering, making sure that I don't have any gaps or spaces. Everything's looking so cute and precious. So I was going to use my ribbon to make an adorable bow, but I think I want to add the ribbon throughout my wreath. I think that'll look so cute and precious. Sometimes I add a bow and sometimes I add it throughout the wreath. This time, when I'm wrapping up, I feel like I want to add it throughout the wreath. So I have cut my ribbon into 8-inch long pieces. And I'm just going to add it throughout the wreath. And the only thing you have to do is just untwist your stem, place your ribbon, and twist it back. Not a huge deal. It does save you a step if you do it while you're making the wreath, but sometimes when you see the finished product, you want to change things up and make it look different, which is completely fine. Go with whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this ribbon, and I think it'll be the perfect final touch. So I always say, don't be afraid to change up a plan. Don't be afraid to do something different than what you were initially thinking, because when you see it, you can come up with new ideas or different opinions on it. The important thing is to make sure you unravel your stem, place your ribbon, and then twist it back. It will be faster to just place it on top, but then that stacks the mesh too high. And so just make sure you unravel, place your mesh or your ribbon, and then twist it back, as opposed to stacking it on top of the already twisted stem. Okay, so I'm just adjusting my ribbon. I think it's so cute. And we are all done. So cute, simple, and easy to make. Modify the color, the style, add in any additional embellishments you prefer. But I think this is an adorable poofy summer wreath. Again, you can add in some fun decor throughout the wreath. I have an adorable sign. You can leave off everything. I did go back and add in some ribbon, which I think was so fun and cute. I did not add the blue ribbon, but you can add as much ribbon as you'd like.